Welcome to NetGate Chemistry. So in the previous video we studied about the kinetic chain length, some of the formulas related to radius and osmometry. So today we had to start with viscometry, but before that we are going to study some of the formulas related to your viscosity before starting your viscometry. So moving ahead, we'll start with first formula, which is your relative viscosity represented by eta relative. Your relative viscosity is equals to eta upon eta naught, where your eta is viscosity of solution, here we are talking about the solution which is having the monomers as your solute, okay, and eta naught is viscosity of solvent. Okay, next formula which we are going to define is your eta specific, or your specific viscosity. Specific viscosity will be equal to relative viscosity minus 1. Okay, this is the second formula. The third formula is for reduced viscosity, or your viscosity number. Okay, you can call it as reduced viscosity. Or viscosity number. Okay, so this is given by the formula eta reduced is equals to eta specific divided by C. C is your concentration. For that we have defined a formula, right, in part 1. So the next formula is for intrinsic viscosity. Or your limiting viscosity number. Okay, it is represented by this. Okay, the formula is limit concentration C tends to 0 eta specific upon C. Okay, this is the formula for your limiting viscosity number. Next we are going to study about the relation between viscosity of dilute solution and volume fraction. The relation is eta is equals to eta naught into 1 plus 2.5 into phi, where your eta, this eta is your viscosity of solution, right? Your eta naught is viscosity of solvent, okay, and this phi is your volume fraction of solute, or you can say solute molecules, right? So this is about the relation. Now some more formulas. Sixth formula is actually a relation, that is eta upon eta naught minus 1 is equals to eta specific, which is further equal to 2.5 into phi. Okay, from here we can derive some of the formulas, like eta relative will be equal to 1 plus 2.5 into phi, right? Also eta specific will be equal to 2.5 into phi, or you can say eta, that is your intrinsic viscosity or limiting viscosity number, that will be equal to 2.5 phi into c. So all of these formulas are derived from each other, so you need not learn these, but you should learn these formulas. Okay, so now we are going to study about the viscometry. These are some of the formulas related to your viscosity. So for viscometry we have a standard equation, that is, from here we are going to start the viscometry. We have a standard equation, that is eta is equals to eta naught into 1 plus eta into c plus so on. This is your again intrinsic viscosity or limiting viscosity number. Eta is your viscosity of solution and eta naught is your viscosity of solvent. C is the concentration, right? So from here we also get a formula, that is limit c tends to 0, eta by eta naught minus 1 whole upon c is equals to intrinsic viscosity. Okay, so these are the two formulas which you have to memorize for viscometry, right? Now we are going to study a very important equation, that is Mark-Cohen-Hoving equation. Okay, so this is going to form the basis for your viscometry. So now we'll study about that. Okay, so now we are going to study about the Mark-Cohen-Hoving equation. Right, the formula is intrinsic viscosity is equals to K into mv bar. Now you know what is mv bar, to the power alpha. Here your K and alpha are your constant, and both of them, they depend on, this is very important, they depend on three factors. Okay, first one being the nature of polymer, second is nature of solvent, and third is temperature. Okay, so these are the three factors on which the values of your K and alpha are going to depend. Okay, so alpha is also going to specifically depend upon the geometry and shape of the molecule, but these are basically the three factors. So if we are talking about the geometry and shape of the molecule, we are also talking about the nature of that solute. Okay, so if you can star mark this, if alpha is not given in your question, then take the value of alpha is equals to 1. Okay, so now from here, if we take the log of this equation, then it will be ln of viscosity number will be equal to, limiting viscosity number will be equal to ln k plus alpha ln mv bar. Okay, so now you can compare this equation with y is equals to m x plus c, right? So you can plot a graph from here also, like this. On y-axis you will be having ln of eta like this, and on x-axis you will be having ln of mv bar, right? And because the equation is for y is equals to mx plus c, the graph is going to be a straight line graph. This value, okay, this is going to provide the value of ln k, this intercept will provide the value of ln k, and the slope will provide the value of alpha. Okay, because slope is your m provides the value of alpha, and the intercept will provide the value of ln k. Okay, so Now we can also plot another graph using another equation, which is this equation which we have derived earlier, that is ln c tends limit c tends to 0, eta upon eta naught minus 1 whole upon c is equals to eta. This we have derived earlier, not derived, this we have studied earlier. So using this equation also we can make a graph like this. Eta upon eta naught minus 1 upon c versus c. Graph will be like this. Okay, this intercept will provide the value of eta. Okay, so this is another graph which you have to remember. Okay, so this is all about your Markov and Howing equation. Okay, so now there are some more formulas related to probability of your formation of polymer related to floor is equal reactivity principle. So this is going to be the last topic. After this your polymer chapter will be over and we will be covering the previous year questions of polymer. So you don't need to study from any other book for polymer because it is a very short topic. You just have to mug up the formulas and then go ahead and try the previous year questions. If you're not able to solve those questions, you can also come back to the playlist of previous year questions of polymer and you can get help from there. Okay, so now we'll move on to the last topic based on the floor is equal reactivity principle, some of the formulas related to probability. Okay, so now the first formula which we are going to study is px is equals to small p to the power x minus 1 into 1 minus p. Now we are going to define all these terms. Here px is probability of XMER formation. XMER could be your dimer, trimer, any type of polymer, right? Now p to the power x minus 1 is going to represent probability of x minus 1 number of reactions. Okay, and 1 minus p will be probability of unreacted monomers. Okay, now next formula is small nx is equals to capital NX upon capital N. Second formula. Now here your small nx is your mole fraction of XMER. Okay, again X could be any type of polymer, dimer, trimer, any tetramer. Okay, now capital N is your total number of moles. Nx is your number of moles of XMER. Okay, so now one more formula, I think two more formulas are left. So now your nx is equals to px into n. This is a formula. Here you can use the value of px from here. Okay, and you can make another formula that will be now here your n. For n also you have a formula, n is equals to n naught into 1 minus p. This is another formula. N naught will be your initial number of monomers. So n will be your number of monomers that will be present at that moment. Okay, so formula for n is this. You can put the formula for px from first equation and formula of n from here. So for px I have put the value, for n I can put n naught into 1 minus p. So on putting both these values we get another formula, that is nx is equals to n naught p to the power x minus 1 minus p square. This is another formula. Okay, now for small nx, now you can have a formula that will be equal to, small nx is your mole fraction of x mers. So for small nx what you can have is, small nx is equals to n naught p to the power x minus 1 into 1 minus p square upon capital N, that will be your n naught into 1 minus p. What I have done is I have used this formula. Okay, in this formula I have put the value of nx, which is this one, okay, and capital N, which is this one. Okay, I have put these two values, this one and this one, in this equation, and I have got this equation. On solving, what we can get is nx is equals to p to the power x minus 1 into 1 minus p. This is another equation, fourth. Okay, so far these are the formulas which we have to mug up. Okay, so this is enough for the chapter of polymer chemistry. So now you can go ahead and practice the previous year questions. If you find difficulty, then just go ahead to the playlist of previous year questions of polymer chemistry and solve the questions from there. Okay, so these are going to help you very much. Okay, so that's it for this video. With this, polymer chemistry is over. Thank you so much for watching.